now commence with the case study presentations. For this competition is from UCAL Fuel Systems, Chennai. The subject is on business transformation through process reengineering, process, product, and people. UCAL Fuel Systems partnered with an OEM to provide fuel injection system to meet BS6 norms by phasing out old technology. This resulted in significant improvement, leading to a 20% increase in market share on a win-win approach with the customer. The project focuses on the three P's of product, process, and people with good results across KPIs. May I now invite Mr. Krishnamurthy, UCAL Fuel Systems, to take us through this interesting case study.
Hi all, I am K. Krishnamurthy, heading operations of Plant 6 of UCAL Fuel Systems Group. I am thankful for management as well as UCAL Fuel System for presenting the case study, which is business transformation through re-engineering, product, process, and people. Our company started in 1959. Our founder is Sri K. Gopalakrishna and our chairman emeritus Dr. V. Krishnamurthy. We started with Union Company Motors. Now we are Union Company Accessories Limited, called UCAL. Our product portfolio, we are supplying four-wheelers as well as two-wheeler parts to customers. In four-wheeler, we supply oil pump assembly, fuel pump, vacuum pump, and water pump. With respect to two-wheeler, we are supplying M carburetors, and recently we are supplying innovative solution which is called e-carburetor. That we are going to talk about a complete system in this presentation. Our customers in four-wheelers, almost we are there with all customers. In 2x3-wheelers, we are with the Bajaj Hero and also Honda. These electronic carburetors, we are supplying Bajaj. Our team members, I am K. Krishnamurthy, already explained, heading operations, also one of the champion for this product. My colleague, Mr. Ashokan with me, is head of engineering, and Mr. Murugan, who is done an innovative product, is from R&D. Our valuable contributor of team members also given. Let us talk about the problem. To improve the current competitiveness of the company, the changing business environment from BS4 to BS6 in meeting challenging emission norms, competing against high-cost imported technology of FI solution to two-wheelers with alternative product, to have Atmanirbhar, self-reliance as an approach in developing innovative technology for e-carb, leading to attractive cost reduction to customers, commercializing within the given time frame, say 36 months. It is an alternative to imported technology. Solution implemented through product, process, and people. With respect to product, I already informed this is an innovative e-carburetor. It is a patented technology approved by ARI, and the customer also accepted this technology. This product has been developed through various stages, right from the quality function deployment, multiple environment over-stress testing, short-term and long-term endurance test, and reliability engineering. Customer field proving and approval is also, of course, very important, which we have done. With respect to product, with respect to process, all the product characteristics has been transferred to the process through our skilled engineering team. We started with the quality planning, and also we have done a QA matrix, built-in POK, online quality control, TPM basics, specifically followed JISU Hoshan, single piece flow, multi-mission manning, and computer-aided SOP. We also done leveled production through Kanban system, visual management. Of course, the DRM has played a major role in all the improvements, and the continuous improvements through Kaizen. All this improvement has been done. With respect to people, skilled people, trained people is very important. So we developed on-job and off-job training. Lot of manuals has been prepared for training the people. With respect to the value creation results achieved, we achieved excellent results in almost all measurables and all parameters. If you have not come out with the e-carburetor solution, the Plant 6, which is our company, would have been only 9.6 crores for the year, leading to non-viability of running this plant. So this project is life for us. So let us talk about the results. With respect to sales, we have achieved from 97 crores, which is in 2019-20 to 192 crores. Almost several folds it has jumped. With respect to profitability, I'm talking about the index, from 100 to 208, almost doubled. With respect to sales per employee, from 100 to 155, that is 20 lakhs per head we have improved to 31 lakhs per head. Of course, one of the another significant results is value added per employee, which was 2, now it is 4.67. Our labor cost has come down drastically from 12.15 to 7.35. With respect to other parameters, customer line rejection, which is the key for our company's business, we have reduced from 210 to 63. Of course, the field failures has come down drastically. Scrap cost, one of the significant major reduction, which is now 1.92, that is almost 2% to, we have reduced to 0.9%. With respect to maintenance, another significant improvement in maintenance, reduction in power cost, we have reduced from 100 to 42.5, which is very, very significant achievement. Of course, material cost has been reduced. All this improvement has been done through number of occasions and space saving. We have saved about 1,500 square meter when we complete business re-engineering. Another significant improvement in OEE, from 71 we have gone to 82, ITR from 14 to 18, and safety almost zero. We have started monitoring near miss also. Water consumption and coolant consumption also has been we have done. So let us, I invite Mr. Ashokan, who is my colleague, who is head of engineering, to talk about something about product innovation.
Thanks, Mr. Krishnamurthy. Hello, everybody. I'm Ashokan, head of production engineering. As far as product innovation is concerned, our R&D has come out with a unique product called eCorp, which is a patented technology. This innovation was required to improve the competitiveness of the business due to change in regulation from BS4 to BS6 on two-wheeler and four-wheeler business. This innovation was made a reality through innovative and cost-effective alternative product design against a fuel injection system, the complete re-engineering of the process from procurement to delivery, inculcation of set of new work ethos in the plant, adaptation of world-class manufacturing methodologies. The air solenoid assembly is the key element in our electronic carburetors, which is fitted on the pilot air circuit to control the air-fuel ratio. The air-fuel ratio is maintained at the optimum level with the help of ECU. ECU continuously monitors the emission parameters and accordingly modifies the air solenoid duty cycle to meet the vehicle requirements. The comparison of electronic carburetors, advantages of electronic carburetors versus mechanical carburetors. The mechanical carburetors made to meet BS4 norms. The electronic carburetors are made to meet BS6 norms. And also it is competitive to fuel injection systems. And the fuel injection systems are expensive comparing to electronic carburetors, which is around 30%. The electronic carburetors are user-friendly in terms of servicing is concerned because they are in use for a very long period of time. The FI systems has multiple electronic sensors, which makes it complicated for servicing. And as far as the emission norms are concerned, we are at BS6. We are happy to say that our eCorps have met within 30% of emission norms comparing to BS6. As far as product development is concerned, we have started our conceptual design during first half of 2017-19, and we completed the mass production setup with 2 million volumes capacity in the second quarter of 2019-20 by meeting the customers' quality, customers' specifications, and ROI requirements. As far as product process transformation is concerned, our focus was on selection of the right process, the right machines, and right toolings and fixtures, and establishing right quality systems and optimization of testing and validation protocol and optimization of the layout. As far as selection of the process is concerned, the key requirement was better emission control, which means we'll have to reduce the flow accuracy from 7% to 5%, which was there in our earlier mechanical carburetors. This was achieved through various cases, improvements, process improvements. One of the process improvements was the variable reduction in casting to machining reference. In our earlier versions, we were taking casting as a data for machining, which was resulting in inconsistency in process capability. In our eCorp, what we have done is we have taken 3 reference points as a data. We have done the machining, and that was used as a reference for subsequent operations. This has resulted in significant CVK improvements. And also we have ensured that the assembly is done in a clean room, which ensures the right quality product is manufactured. In terms of, if we have a machine valve seat pressing operation where the load and displacement is very critical. Earlier, we have been using a pneumatic press in which it was difficult to control the load and displacement. We have gone for a servo press in eCorp, by which we have ensured that the load and displacement is controlled, and we could also generate a load versus displacement graph. The selection of the right machines. As far as the machining is concerned, earlier we were using SPM machines, From SPM, when we are using SPM, the process was not flexible. Supposing the product becomes obsolete, we will not be able to use the machine for further product development. So consciously, we have gone for CNC version of machines in ECAR, which was very flexible, and the quick changeover also was flexible. And wherever it is inevitable to go in for SPM in assembly areas, we were using standalone SPM assembly machines. In fact, in one of the operations, 4 operations, we are using 3 different SPM machines. All these 4 operations are combined together into a rotary machine with auto part feeding. This has resulted in reduction of operator fatigue and improved the productivity. In fact, I have a small video I can just show you. Here what happens is only loading and unloading is manual. Everything else is automated. And the child parts are fed automatically. There are part presence sensors and multiple interlocks and poke gears are there. This has helped in reduction of operator fatigue and productivity. And all these improvements have significantly improved our process capability. Here in the table, we have listed 7 process product parameters, wherein the significant improvement in process capabilities are done from less than 1.5 CPK to greater than 2. As far as our final washing is concerned, earlier we were using only a high pressure washing with a centrifuge, wherein we could achieve only 2 MD cleanliness level. We have introduced the universal washing machine, wherein we have a flooding system followed by ultrasonic washing and the vacuum drying cycle, by which we could improve the cleanliness level with less than 1 mg. As far as the tool selection and fixtures are concerned, we have gone for tool life management with the interlock, which ensures that the tools are changed at the right time. The right tool is selected. This has significantly reduced the tool change time. And we have gone for a combination of our tools. Earlier, we were doing multiple tools for a different operation. For example, roughing, finishing, and face filling, we were doing different tools. All these 3 were combined together into a single tool, combination tool. This has resulted in a significant the process parameter improvement and the cycle time reduction. This has resulted in capacity improvement. And as far as fixturing is concerned, we have gone for seat sensors with the interlock, which has helped in prevention of a defective part from being produced. With that, I'll hand it over to Mr. Krishnamurthy, who will take it forward and conclude. Thank you.
Now let us talk about how our product quality characteristics has been transferred for quality assurance. We started with the quality planning and the QA matrix. Complete process are deployed through QA matrix system. We have done wherever required process characteristics. We have done inbuilt SPC, and more than 250 POK is implemented throughout the manufacturing process. And one of the intuitive method of controlling the process is we have done the top 10 controls, right? Starting from the safety, quality, 5S, TPM, and machine management. And also we have done some process control, cycle time related issues, and tool management, and man skill and material flow management. So this is called top 10 controls. We implemented in each stage about this control. And wherever manual reference, manual method of inspection has been transferred to automation. I'm just showing on one video. Yeah, this is previously we used to adjust all the screws for the flow measurement through manual, and this is completely automated, and all the graphs, all the flow values has been traced automatically, and the data are stored in the system. So this is an excellent automation which has created a value to the customer of not sending defective parts to customer. There are several sub projects in this main project. Another sub project we can say is data capturing with the traceability. So throughout the system, right from the machining to assembly, then testing, then packing, everywhere we have implemented some scanner sensors, and there is a QR code. With this QR code, we capture the data, and you can see the final inspection stage before dispatching the customer. All parts are getting passed. Then a sticker is generated, and this sticker is pasted on the product, then only it is dispatched. So whenever anything we need to refer, just to scan this QR code, and all the details we can notice. This is an excellent another sub project we have done in the process. Of course, testing and validation, previously manual. This we call it as P-test, and for our understanding, we can say it as ideal testing. For ideal testing, we used to do manual. Now we have completely automated. And similarly, the final test, before going to the customer, before dispatching part to the customer, the product are tested through gasoline test. We call it a G test. in this, right from the idle test, 20, 40 kilometers per hour, then 60, then full open. All the stages have been tested previously using manual. We used rotometer and data written manually. Now this system is completely automated and the flow checked by digital flow meter and auto data capturing through scanning the QR code. This is another significant improvement in our process. Thanks for our production engineering team. Now coming to the real, how we have implemented the complete process through layout modification. We have said almost 120 meters, that is non-value added activity, and the flows are previously zigzag. The parts are coming and again going back. All this issue was there. Material handling was very difficult. Now you can see the process is very simple. The material is inward at the right corner and it is dispatched to the left stage. So this is another significant improvement which we have done in the layout. Now with the layout, not only the layout, but we have done a lot of inbuilding system in the layout, like visual controls, and also material we used to transfer through manual and machine shop to assembly, then assembly to testing, and testing to packing. All material has been transferred through manual trolley. Now it is automated through chute system. So this reduced a lot of fatigue in the system. And you can see the Kanban trolley, we have reduced the sizes of the parts. We have reduced to 200 numbers. Each 200 numbers, the trolley is fed to the assembly line, and so the inventory has been reduced and ITR has been increased drastically. So similarly, the machining line, all top 10 controls with the bin built in the system and given high priority to our safety systems. Of course, all this requires great system effort. TPM and TWM has played a major role in implementing this manufacturing system. TPM, we have taken 3 as a major pillar. One is the Jisu Hoshan autonomous maintenance. Another one is quality pillar. Then PM. These 3 we have taken seriously, and we have implemented all standards. And another major improvement we have done on daily work management. We have split into daily work management into 2 things. One is proactive, another one is reactive. For proactive, we are measuring more than 150 measurables every week, so that whatever going red, we only take action. Other all greens is already okay. Then with respect to reactive system also, we do every day, we analyze what has happened in the previous day and do YY analysis, root cause analysis, inspection side, cost side, correction, corrective action, preventive action. All these systems is analyzed and taken, and a daily action has been taken. So that is why we have achieved this much results. And I already informed all the system has been inbuilt into the process. So 3C and 5S is the key for any success. So we have made all this throughout the system. And visual management, further, we have introduced line status board and defect status board, the operation details, cycle time, takt time, etc., process flow diagram. All have been implemented. And another one major area is logistics and packing. We used to have a lot of damages in the product. We had some 0.05% rejection in this. So initially we changed from crates to cotton box to crates, but still there was a problem. Now we have found a solution which is a completely palletized, so our damages has become 0 now, and the product quality has been improved. Of course, the periphery also improved. The employees are satisfied by looking at the plant. So all the green belt development has been done throughout the plant. Now coming to the people selection, we selected experienced, talented, motivated, and knowledgeable team, because this project is life for us. This is going to be a very critical for us, and we have selected people from other plant also. We have selected key people from other plants, and we have given a lot of inputs and training, so that the total system has been taken care by people. And employee involvement, of course, Kaizen is a key, and 5S is a key. So every month we are appreciating the employees through a proper Kaizen method. And with respect to 5S, we have done 22 subzones. I am heading the 5S organization, and every month the top 3 best zones are identified and awarded. So throughout the plant, the 5S culture is developed. And not only we stopped with that, so improve the morale. We created a volleyball ground. Even I used to play with the employees. And with respect to medical camps and the social responsibilities also, we have taken seriously and implemented a lot of activities. Now, let us talk about the major challenges. The first challenge is foundry to assembly switching over. You know that how much difficult converting a foundry shop to the dust-free assembly shop. We have done several challenges we have met, and we have done a complete changeover within a given time, and even customers appreciated this effort. And coming to challenge 2, carburetor cleaning. My friend already Ashokan explained about the criticality of the carburetor cleaning. So we have introduced innovative solution called flood cleaning, and the product quality is improved from spec 2 mg to 1 mg. This is another significant. I already informed the several sub projects we have made, roughly around 35 to 40 sub projects we have done. This is one of the sub project among all this. And then next, coming to another challenge, interlock and traceability. That's linked to Industry 4.0. Right from the QR code printed on the carburetor through laser marking, all throughout the system, we implemented scanner. From the scanner, the data has been captured. So all the data has been stored. Whenever required, this can be retrieved. So this is an excellent example of how the complete system is interlocked and traceability system is created. And in the final stage also, you can see even the packing. I already informed all parts are getting okay in all the stages. Then only packing sticker will generate about the product details, and then it is pasted. Now let us talk about the challenge 4, supplier development. If input material is the key for doing all these improvements. So we have concentrated on supplier also. We have called them and we met them and we have given training. Our COO, Mr. Jaishankar, has given a lot of awareness and training to the people, and we have developed a number of manuals so that incoming products also improved. With respect to now, let us talk about how we have ramped up. Because this product is innovative, there are a number of process innovative has been done. Now the question is, everything is good and fine. How we are going to achieve the customer requirement? Because the time frame is very short. So we started with roughly about 1,000 numbers, and the customer has given approval. Then first May 20, we have made only 19,000 numbers, whereas customer asked 2 lakh carburetors per month. From 19,000 to 2 lakhs, continuously. Already I informed the product is innovative. Process also we are developing parallelly. Testing and validation is all going on. Meantime, we need to meet the customer requirement also. You can see within 6 months, 10 times our production has been increased. Our team, right from the morning 5 o'clock till the end, with interest, our entire team has contributed this mass production improvements. So finally, we achieved appreciation from Bajaj Vice President Material, Mr. Ranganath, has given a tremendous appreciation, and Bajaj team, senior management also given us a tremendous appreciation to our team. And finally, we achieved 1 million carburetor. Within 1 year, it's a big challenge. Now, with the top management, we have celebrated in the plant with all our employees how we achieved 1 million carburetors. Now the situation is different. Now we achieved 2 million carburetors, which is a great significance of implementing, innovating new product, innovating the process. Then doing this 2 million mass production is going to be the really a challenge. Now what is next in future? Now let us talk about, now further we need to improve on our OBD2 product and process technology, so that we can continue our market share. And with respect to process, we need to concentrate on further automations. And also with respect to people, of course, people need, nowadays electronics are incorporated in the mechanical carburetors. So we need to have electronic engineers and also mechatronics, and also we need expertise in lab use software. So we are going to provide all these things. I think. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.